Hi there, and welcome to our weekly reading. This week, and possibly from here on out, we are going to be working with just two cards. One will denote the earthly side of things, and one will denote the soul side of things. So let's find out what's in store for us this week, okay? We're working with the Starchild Tarot Akashic by Danielle Noel. And our first card is Five of Cups. Five of Cups. So this card tends to be about loss of some kind. Let's find out what that means for us. We notice that when humans are without opening to their souls, they look at their lives in a series of loss. Lost people, lost opportunities, lost things. We notice then that instead of focusing on what is present, they focus on what is past and what is no longer with them, who is no longer with them. We wonder, how does this serve? Well, there's a good question. We do tend to do that, don't we? We maybe take grief over people and stretch it out further than we naturally might because of society, because of our families, because of our own developed beliefs about how we're supposed to grieve. When we move on from jobs, whether by choice or not, sometimes we have this effect of the grass is greener, only like in reverse. You know, normally we say that when the grass is greener, we're moving forward to something, or we want something richer, so to speak. And in this case, we might be looking back and thinking, oh, that was so much better than this is, and what was I thinking, and you know, that tape. So yeah, the question then is, why do we do that? Is that what we really believe? Is that what we really want? Is that what we really need? Something to consider. Okay, so then let's find out what our second card is, and that's for our soul. And that card is, oh, it's another Cups card. Nine of Cups. Completely different tone. Look at the tone of that card. Look how lit up she is. She has a halo of cups. I don't think she's missing out on anything, do you? Let's find out more about this card. And we notice when there is keeping with the soul, reasoning with the soul has no sense of loss, no sense of grief. All that is. All that was is no longer. It is only what is that is present and affects the soul. How might this serve you? Yeah, it's really, they're showing me a bunch of people, and I have a sense that these are people who have crossed over, and there they are. You know, no, they're no longer here in human form, and yet there they are. We are still connected. I just heard interconnected, and forever will be through our souls. So I love the concept that the soul only knows what is present, what is right now. And the question, how might that benefit us? That's a great question to answer. A great question to meditate on or journal over. And notice what comes up for you. I just heard limiting beliefs, and that harkens back to the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is definitely a card that we could attribute limiting beliefs to. The soul has no limits. Don't we want that? So, anything else to be said about that? So interesting, because I feeling a lot of emotion that isn't mine. I just feel a bubble of grief building up, and there may need to be, I just heard some ceremony to let things go. And don't put yourself down if you need to grieve over things, grieve over jobs. If they affected you that much, then aren't they deserving of some grief? And if you haven't honored that, now maybe is a really good time. Get that energy gone. We're heading toward a full moon at the end of this week. A great time for releasing ceremonies. And it could be as simple as writing those things that we're grieving over on scraps of paper and then safely burning them under the light of the full moon. That would be really powerful, and that would be honoring of you. Something to consider. And then invite in that soul energy, that energy of presence. Okay? So that's our reading for this week, and I hope that's beneficial. You take really good care. Lots of love.